Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Irvin from Team Shenanigans Gaming, here with another deck profile of the Conroe Regional. We're here with...
Zach Evers.
And what did you just do today, Zach?
I lost in the finals.
The finals of the regionals?
Yeah, so second place.
Why does that not say finalist?
I guess I wasn't good enough.
Alright, and what did you play today, Zach?
I played Jemial Buckeye.
Jemial Buckeye. Well, that's definitely the first time I see Buckeye in the top.
Yeah, so I played Buckeye over Sola because Buckeye gives you the Guardian at the start of the game, as opposed to Sola where you have to Soul Burst her to get the Guardian. And I really wanted to use the Corona Shard instead of Soul Bursting my Spirit, because I think it's very relevant to kill cards like Iskander and Sophia.
Alright,
So
that's fair enough.
Super relevant.
Fair enough.
Yeah, get into it. I guess for the yellow cards, I played one Brant, because he's a pretty good finisher. And a lot of the time, even if your opponent leaves a lot untapped, they just don't have a way to deal with Brant if he can't be targeted by spells. So, also playing 10 yellow cards, you have a little more flex in there. One Holy Slash, it's my 10th yellow card. It's never awful. It's not amazing, but it's in there. 2 Finishing Ray. This card was MVP. I went in the event expecting to play a lot of aggro. I didn't play very much aggro, but at the same time, this card is good against aggro. It was amazing against control. And what ended up happening was the first couple turns, I would play some small guardians and wall them off, and eventually they would go 5 wide, just killing all my guardians, and I would just finishing ray them for 5. And they got so far behind after that, it was crazy. After that, I played 3 Hikari. I just think this card's like almost always good. I don't mind like throwing it back or discarding it when it's not the greatest, but it does everything you want. It's a guardian. You can play it at the end of your opponent's turn to try to attack. It's almost like a quickness unit. Just a really good card in general. Also the fact that because you're playing a yellow spirit, you can Howard Crystal and make them 15 so they can guarantee to break a tower. And then 3 Yuki, had to give them back. Shout outs to Noah Meza for lending it to me. That was broken. Yuki was pretty okay. Really good against aggro. Kind of mediocre against some decks. But it's actually not the worst feeling to pay 3 for Yuki. It's not great, but it's not the end of the world. That's it for the yellow cards. The Argent cards, just 2 Watchwomen. I found out that Twilight Knight never actually gets to hit towers. He usually gets stopped by something. And maybe should have played 3 Watchwomen. It's really good, but a lot of the time I'd sit like the whole game with 2 in hand. But I think since I'm playing a Jemial deck, I probably should just play 3. I could discard 1 or something. I think this card's good in pretty much every matchup. It's better against control, but never bad. And then for the blue cards, blue has a lot of really good low-cost spells and units. So 3 Ancient Serpent's Breath. This card does a lot too. It can stop 2 attacks. It can bounce your kins so that you don't have to put them on top of the deck when you use this effect. So it's like it's turning your kins into a +1 instead of a net 0, which is pretty nice. Triggers may use Shard Drain ability, just really good card. Would never play less than 3. 3 Phantasmal Guards. This card's really good. Always want to see it turn 1. Even if the bodies aren't super relevant, which most of the time they are, but even sometimes when you don't need the bodies, it's still a 1 mana put 2 counters on Jemial. So it's 2/3 of a draw, or 2/3 of a +1, which is pretty nice. Also, would never play less than 3. 3 Azure Seer. This card was okay. Sometimes you open it turn 1 and you break a wind or a fire tower. pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's staple, but it was fine. It worked out for me. What else? 3 Kins. This card was crazy because I felt like it gave me almost unlimited draws. So I would play Kins, look at your top 2, and then at the end of your opponent's turn, you exhaust him, draw a card, put him back on top, draw him again next turn, play him again. And it's just, you can go infinite, and every turn you can spend that 1 extra mana, you keep putting counters on Jemial, and you can just bankroll counters on Jemial. So you can sit there with 5, 6, 7 cards in hand with like 8 or 9 counters on Jemial. It's almost like you get to bypass the hand size limit at times. Yeah, this card's really good. I don't think I'd play less than 3 in this specific deck. The 2 drops. Played 3 Azure Guardian. Aragon's not in the format right now, so I don't think this card's a liability anymore. Really good against aggro. Not the worst against control. I think it's never bad to slap down a Guardian unless your opponent has like Sylphie or Garga. But it's really good all day. 3 Mizu. This card's crazy. Should play 3 in every blue deck. It just does everything.
Like a mini Shards of Winter?
Yeah, almost. I think this card's probably better than Shards of Winter. Every time, like I've tried to play Shards of Winter, it's usually for two units or less, and a lot of the time this will like bounce 1 unit, exhaust another. So it just does the same thing for cheaper, and it actually removes the units from the field.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It also is utility. You could draw one too.
Yeah. And same thing with Tidal Rush. It's another card that's like does what Shards of Winter does, but I think a little better. This card was decent. It wasn't broken. It didn't suck. But I played 2 just cause.
You didn't want to see 3 ever?
Yeah, I didn't want to see multiples, and when I did, I usually discarded it off Jemial. It's not bad, and getting it back with Mayu is pretty important. Like, it's kind of nice. There's a good loop with it where you go Mayu, add the Tidal Rush, and then on your opponent's turn when they try to kill your Mayu, you go Tidal Rush, bounce one of their things, Shard Ray, target your Mayu, and then bounce
another
one
card?
of their, or top deck one of their things with the Mayu, and you just keep looping Mayu like that over and over. You can do it with Ancient Serpent's Breath as well, if you have the right field, and it's almost as good as the Sylphia loop, but it's more expensive. Other 3-cost card I played, Ash the Glacial Sorcerer. This card was okay. The main thing was just it's a 3-drop 2000, and there's a couple of them out there. This one had the most relevant effect for this deck. It's pretty decent against aggro, and then sometimes you can randomly kill stuff like Argent if you only have 1 counter, or sometimes they'll like go to attack a tower with a 1500 unit, and you can just make it 500 less, so like it doesn't kill your tower. Not terrible. 2 Shards of Winter. I don't really like this card. Probably wouldn't play it going forward. If I did, I'd play 1. Discarded off Jemial almost every time. I activated it once, and it was good, but the rest of the day, like, didn't even play it. Just sat in my hands or discarded it. 5 drops, played 1 Juggernaut. This card is insane. It's everything but green decks. Anything that plays Kite gives this card enough time, but everything else, this card is insane. This card's I don't want to say underrated because people know about it, but there's some matchups where just dropping this card is game. Might go up to 2.
I can see that.
Yeah. 1 Stormcaster. Sometimes you just gotta play him to remove 2. He's a destroyer, but he very rarely gets to hit towers. But just bottom decking 2 is pretty decent sometimes. Mayu, best card in the deck. There's all kinds of loops with the bounce spells that you can do. You can just do utility too. Like if you're having trouble killing them, you can grab back Hikari in their end step. If you really need to clear the field, you can get back Finishing Ray, which is really nice. Let's see what else was there. Pretty much is that. You can add. I added those Holy Slash ones just cause. Yeah, this card's crazy. And One Leviathan. It's pretty expensive, but I think it's a good card if you're trying to go for game. So if they have an active unit up, you can attempt to steal it, and then if they punish your play, like he's still a Guardian and a Destroyer. So not insane, but he made the cut.
I think he's really worth his mana.
Sometimes I thought that, and then, you know, like I played this and I stole a Catastrophe Demon once, and that was like, he was definitely worth it there. So it's pretty matchup dependent. My theory was you can afford to play some more Mage cards in this deck, because if you draw a card that's like bad in a certain matchup, you can just discard it off the Jemial effects. And I don't know, I was wrong about Jemial. I thought he sucked.
Right.
And being able to like get rid of your bad or situational cards with Jemial is kind of important. So
Just digs more in your deck too.
Yeah. Most of the games that I played wasn't a race between me and my opponent. It was a race of me trying to defeat my opponent before I decked out. That's how it was. And the games took a little while, so I didn't play game 3 all day. A lot of it was like finish game 1 with like 10 minutes left in time, and it's like just play out the second game just because.
Yeah.
But like, you know, neither one, they're not gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, for the side deck, I sided the third Watchwoman for control matchups, blue mirrors, sided against like Hoenn Solo, that kind of thing. You just need a little extra help to finish the game, and just a good card in general. 3 Acid Monger, any Hoenn decks. I sided in against Oran Kite in the finals. No, we don't talk about that, but he was there. He's pretty good. Yeah. 3 Shard Beast. I didn't really side this in. I sided in some very specific matchups. So against like Liam Kite or Liam Fizzy, you just want Shard Beasts up so you can contest their Shard Beast or their 1-drops. And they're probably going to try to kill your Shard Beast, so you don't have to worry about the effects. And then you've got like low-cost bounce spells, so you can like do that. Or if you need to play a high-cost card, you do that, or you can attack with it and Mizu it. That kind of stuff. It's just enough outs of it. There's enough outs in there. But I didn't main it because I didn't think it was worthy of the main, but also it hurts. Hurts if you play it and your opponent plays a Lermit and steals it. I played Ariana's Amulet. Only really came in against green decks. It's kind of pseudo breaks the Sophia loop. You can sacrifice it and they have to choose between Sophia and you and potentially losing their Sophia, or just giving you a free turn to set it up. It's pretty decent. I drew it like once, and I don't know, didn't matter.
But you would still play it on your side?
Yeah. I think you kind of have to. It's just good against green decks.
Okay.
Blue cards, second Stormcaster. Side this for blue mirrors and for a control mirror. It came in once or twice. Never really drew them. Not bad. Chronostasis. This never came in, but it's there for like if I'm playing a hard control deck like Jillian, or anything that's trying to deck me out. You can loop Mayu and Chronostasis so you never deck out. Or if there's a deck where I just really felt like I need an instant speed field wipe, but I never sided in all day. 2 more Juggernaut. I sided this against almost any deck that wasn't playing Kite, or any deck that didn't have green cards. I think this card is amazing, but it's not very great against Garga or Sylphia. So that's why I did main 3. And the third shard's a winner, mainly for blue mirrors. It's not terrible against the Helena decks. If you leave up 4 and they spam some golems, you can like shards them, and then next turn like finishing ray them. Not terrible, but sided in like once. And then for the late cards, sided in a Sola, because originally I was like, oh, I'll just side solo for time. Like if I have to play game 3 and we start the game in time, or like 10 seconds in time, you just get cheesed less than play Buckeye. But it turned out it was actually a really good idea, because what I could do is you go from the 10 affinity to the 8 with solo. So what you can do is against control decks, you can side out your 3 Yukis, and then so that leaves you with 7, and you can side in the 3rd finishing ray. So you just don't have to have Yukis in your deck against control.
Nice.
That was kind of crazy. That's something I figured out like round 2. I didn't even plan that. It was cool.
You just were doing it as you went.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I planned everything out. I thought I planned everything out except that, and that was just a really cool interaction. Probably play this one now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's heavy.
it is pretty heavy. It's silver,
It's heavy, guys.
not gold, but it's alright.
It's all right. You still got second place.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Congratulations, Zach. Do you want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, shout outs to Shenanigans Gaming in San Antonio, and Team Shenanigans of the testing group. Shout out to the locals in Conroe for hosting, and shout out to my girlfriend Jess.
Hey, all right. Thank you so much for your deck profile, man.
Yep.
We hope to see you in the future events, and hopefully San Antonio regionals, of course.
Yeah, I'll be there this weekend.
All right. Thank you, Zach.
Yep.
Signing out.